Hey, everybody. So here we are. I think that we have been staying home for about 5 weeks. 5 weeks. I think we're starting week 5, maybe 6. I don't know. Do you even know anymore what day it is? But I hope that if you are staying home, that you are staying healthy and that you are staying sane, which we're going to lower that bar, whatever that means for you. But today I wanted to talk about helping your kids develop good, like kind of emotional coping skills. Because I think one of the things I am learning is that I'm not necessarily like a great preschool teacher, and I'm not necessarily a great elementary school teacher. Just because like that's not my job. I feel like I can keep my kids on task and I can like do some things that their teachers have sent to me with my kids. But what I can really help my kids with right now is helping them learn healthy ways to handle their emotions. I can also learn these things myself. We can learn together. So one thing that I'm trying to model and kind of talk to my kids about is what are some healthy ways of giving yourself treats. So we are having a lot of food treats. We've made brownies a lot, Oreos, stuff like that. We made some nice, yummy like scones for breakfast one day this week and had them for a couple of days. And one thing that I kind of grew up with struggling with was kind of like eating as a way to sort of like kind of stuff my emotions. And so that's not something that I want necessarily to be a part of my life now, but a reasonable quantity of dessert is fine, right? And it's okay if we have it every day. So that's just, but the thing is I want that to just be like one tool in the box, right? So another thing that's really great is exercise. So right now my kids are on a bicycle ride with their dad, and that is great for them. One of the things that my therapist has taught me about is this idea of bilateral stimulation. So anytime you're using both sides of your body, so like pedaling a bicycle, is you have to use both fed feet to pedal. Anything that gets both arms moving, cross body movement, that kind of thing is a really good way to help re-regulate your emotional system. Going for a walk, right? Because one leg goes, the other leg goes, one leg goes, the other leg goes. So that's something you can try for yourself. But it's also really great for your kids, especially if you get like just a little bit in the crazy place. So there's that. So just, taking some time to exercise every day, that's a good re-regulating strategy. And especially, you can even just like use words. You can name your emotions because that helps you tame your emotions. Name it to tame it. It's a great phrase from Dr. Dan Siegel, who has written many good parenting books. So having fun activities, fun is also important. Someone I know does children's physical therapy, and she shared this game where you use laundry baskets as goals, and you can use like a noodle and a ball, and she called it noodle hockey, and try to use the noodle to get the ball in the net. It was so much fun. Like, this is something else that I have learned in my life, is that fun is actually not optional. And even though this whole situation is decidedly not fun, that doesn't mean that you cannot have fun while this not fun thing is happening. So like, what's fun for you? So this week I downloaded a fun word game app. I've also, thanks to the people in my family, we have a weekly trivia game via Zoom, and it is super fun. So just kind of like looking for both yourself and for your kids, like what is fun, like what like actually legitimately fun for you, and do those things. And again, that is just kind of like it is a healthy coping mechanism. You can like take some time every day to tell a funny knock knock joke, or any other kind of joke. So those are like just fun things, right? I think quiet time. Pay a lot of like meditations. I like the meditation app Insight Timer. It's free and it does a lot of like, if you do pay money, it goes like directly to the meditation teachers on the app, which is really great. Um, but you don't have to pay. Insight Timer. Um, but there's lots of those. And I think just kind of like just giving them that tool. My kids don't always like to meditate, but I think it's just good for them to know that that is a thing. Does that make sense? And then today we had a conversation about boundaries in our family meeting. And I asked my kids, I was like, so what do you think a boundary is? And my 7-year-old kind of had an idea of a boundary as like a fence or something that like divides things. And it's like, yes. And I was like, okay, like our fence in our backyard is the boundary. And like, what would it be like if somebody came into our backyard without permission? And she'd be like, what? Like, yeah, that would be bad. So we kind of talked about like emotional boundaries too. And I was like, well, these are things that are not okay with me. Examples, shouting at me. Shouting at me is not okay with me. So you need to find another way to talk to me. It's okay if you're not happy with me. These are things that are okay with me. But treating me like in a shouty, like, and there's like a line here, right? Because I want my kids to feel safe in our home, and like all of their feelings are okay. And it's like your feelings are okay, and if you want something, we need to like treat each other in a respectful way. And I think there's like different lines here. For example, we've gotten to a little bit in our kitchen table where the girls will like shout, I want a drink. And it's like, well, let's try that again. And that's just a simple way of enforcing a boundary. We're going to try really hard this week to kind of knuckle down and get into a routine this week. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm doubtful. But we're going to try. Because I do think, especially my younger daughter, she's 4, she needs some structure in her day. And she like legitimately misses preschool. So anyway, I don't know if that's going to work or not, but I'm going to try because I do think that is what she needs. And I think the boundaries go both ways, is that everybody's needs matter. And it's important that you respect those. There's a lot to be said about boundaries. But I do think that it's just a gift to them in this time to just help them develop this language for their feelings and to help them learn some healthy ways to cope with it. I know it's kind of funny on a lot of social media places to like joke about like having like, is it too early for wine or whatever? And I don't want to, like, I'm not opposed to a drink at the end of a long day. I'm not opposed to that at all. But I do want them to know that there are other ways of kind of processing your feelings and your emotions. I'm trying to take alone time for myself every day because I also think that that is a way, because like that's something I need. I'm a super introvert. So right now they are with their dad and I am home alone talking to you on YouTube by myself. And I think that's just important that they know that that's a thing you can need. And because I think that they want to, right, there's a great quote about like your kids won't always listen to what you say, but they will always watch what you do. And so I think there's also like a lot of like just discomfort there. And it's like, oh man, can't you just listen to what I say and not how I act? But I'm going to work on, going to work on it. And I'm not going to get it right all the time because I'm not trying to be a great parent. I am just trying to get through this just like you are. And we're all doing this together. And thank you for hanging out with me here for my little pep talk for you and for myself and anybody else out there who has kids and just wants to make the least bad of this. Right, because again, like this whole thing can suck and there can be moments of good in it. That's what I'm going to think about this week. If you have any ideas that you want to think about this week, I'd love to hear your suggestions. Other emotional skills. I think another thing I was thinking about was like different words for feelings this week. Because most people, we got like sad, mad, and glad, our emotional like vocabulary. So we're going to think about disappointed, frustrated, irritated. My kids always use the word bored. which is kind of this catch-all. Bored. I'm bored. And I'm kind of like, well, good for you. You're bored. So anyway, we're just going to try to expand that emotional vocabulary this week too. So anyway, again, let me know what your ideas are. We're going to get through this together. We're going to keep staying home because even though this is something I feel deeply, is that like it was worth it to stay home at the beginning of all this. And it's worth it. Like those people that we're staying home for, I think it might be good for you to put a picture of them somewhere. If it's your grandmother, if it's your immune compromised friend, or those cute little old ladies at your church. Those are the people I'm thinking of. Cute little old men too, all of them. Those are the people we're staying home for because this coronavirus is a lot harder on them than it is on most people, although anybody can get it. So just think about those people as we're getting through this one day at a time because they matter, and our world, despite what anybody says, would be less without them, and we want them here and we want them healthy for as long as we can. So you guys, stay home, stay safe, wash your hands. If you got to go out, wear a mask, and give yourself some good words to describe all the things you're feeling. Give yourself a big, long list of ways that you can deal with those feelings, and just try them out. See what you like. Do you like exercise? Do you like reading? What can you do proactively? Having some quiet time, having a schedule. I think the schedule's really hard, but we're gonna do our best. I think what's easier than a schedule is to have some big rocks in the day. Like this is lunch time. This is wake up time. This is when I watch the workout class with the Pintons. So anyway, just giving yourself some anchors in your day. I think is a little bit easier than just kind of a minute by minute schedule. So there you go. Anyway, in the meantime, like I said, stay home, stay safe, be awesome. That's what my daughter keeps saying. Just be awesome. So you guys go be awesome.